At this year's Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, there are some new kids on the block. Facebook, WhatsApp and Korea's Kakao have been given top billing, which at first glance appears odd for a primarily telecoms trade event.
Such groups have long been seen as the enemy by many telecoms executives who are angry that such free services can ride over their expensive networks.
Their frustration has come to little avail. The internet groups have only prospered as fortunes in telecoms markets in Europe have faltered. But this year, there is a sense that if telecoms groups can't beat them, then they might as well join them.
What's clear right now is that the operators are struggling to understand how the business models will work in this new age of both the internet and OTT players. The OTT players, from their part, are trying to understand how best to monetize the relationships on mobile. Somewhere in the middle, they will find a solution that serves both. I think it's unlikely we'll find one that serves both equally.
Telecoms groups are now trying to reinvent themselves for the internet age, moving to multi-product packages offering broadband and content with traditional telephone services tagged on almost as an afterthought. But the industry has long tried to distance themselves from being mere infrastructure providers, and so far to no great success.
Things have evolved. When it started, the phenomena of OTT services, more about 3-4 years ago, they were definitely enemies because it was very clear that operators were not ready and not prepared for this development. It was clear that we needed to work on the customer experience, we needed to work on the product itself, and we needed to work on the pricing. We have done that already to a large extent. There's still more work to go. The time has come to start cooperating, and you're beginning to see that across the industry. So the new name of the game is partnerships and finding ways to have win-win situations.
For years, internet groups have been happily using their networks without too much worry. By working with telecoms groups, they set to gain further by accessing new audiences around the world. There are still more than 3 billion people without connection to the internet in the developing world, and that's a big audience that everyone wants.
Facebook, as a part of Internet.org, is partnering with carriers to bring the next 5 billion people online. We are partnering with them to build a system that drives data subscribers for carriers and also gives them a sustainable revenue model with those new people using their services. We believe that carriers should embrace this. More and more services are moving onto data. We provide a very engaging service which drives smartphone adoption as well as data plan adoption, and we're committed to working with operators who we think are in the best position to bring people online over the next few years.
With its office, apartment, street, cafe and car showroom linked to the latest machine-to-machine technology, Mobile World Congress offers a tantalising glimpse into the future. But telecoms companies still risk being left behind.
These groups want to create the advanced networks that can carry data all around the world for all users and for everyone. But to grab a greater share of the future internet economy, further reinvention is needed. For now, and for the telecoms industry at least, there is some truth in the saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Daniel Thomas, Financial Times, Barcelona.